Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Believe it or not, the strongest aspect about Shiba Inu is not its vibrant ecosystem of tokens, nor is it its decentralized exchange ShibaSwap, or even its upcoming lightning-fast blockchain Shibarium. The most powerful thing about Shiba Inu is actually its community. Community is the heart of what our founder Ryoshi began with Shiba Inu. He believed in the power of community when he said, as written in the white paper, um, Ryoshi approached the creation of our community from a unique perspective. We believe through the power of collective decentralization, we can build something stronger than a centralized team ever could create. A community run by a community run token is nothing without the united individuals who give it purpose. Today, my friends, I'm going to review a proposal from a community member on the Reddit channel. Let me just quickly head there. On the Reddit, who outlined about 5 well-researched solutions which, if implemented, could propel Shiba Inu to dizzying heights as early as 2022. Let's see if we can examine his ideas. His name is JD Updates on the SHIB Army Reddit post. And his title reads, "This is my take on what needs to be done to make Shiba Inu the best coin in the Ethereum blockchain. Please like and spread the word." Okay, cool. So I'm actually gonna just talk through at least 2 of his solutions in depth. Basically, he starts off talking about um, on the first page. I like how he starts it off. He says, Shiba to the moon. Hi, I know how to make us moon. And then he expresses some of the challenges which which the ecosystem may have, and some of the opportunities more likely. And then he outlines 5 solutions. So today I'm going to talk about 1 and probably 2. So without spending further ado, let's get right to it. Solution number 1. Providing a lending program compatible with the upcoming Layer 2 solution Shibarium should be a top priority. How much we lend can be in relation to the amount staked, which would incentivize staking even more. Paired with affordable fees on the Layer 2 solution, this would make ShibaSwap a much more favorable option to other existing protocols on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, so basically what he's proposing here is in DeFi, in decentralized finance, there are lending facilities. In addition to staking and providing liquidities, there are other sophisticated financial instruments, one of them of which is lending, which are being successfully used by other protocols. So he's suggesting that, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do a really deep dive into this to see exactly how much value solution number 1 of JD. So JD, this one is for you. Okay, so in order to do this, I did a deep dive into, let's just talk about DeFi loans, because that's essentially what it is. So we're just going to try and see what would happen if this was implemented into Shiba Swap. What are DeFi loans? We'll need to read through this article to get a really good basis. Okay, basically it says here, DeFi loans are one of the fastest growing parts of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. They allow crypto holders to lend their assets to others and earn interest. It carries on to say this article talks about holders of assets can lend them to others and earn interest on the loan. Borrowers have to put up collateral collateral above the value of the loan to protect against price fluctuations. It goes on to say one of blockchain and cryptocurrency's great promises is to take tools which are used by the financial industry and make them available to everyone everywhere. The catch-all term for this revolution in how money is made, spent, and sent is called DeFi, as we all know that, or decentralized finance. Like traditional banks, crypto assets offer all of the same products, but in decentralized form. This includes lending, borrowing, spot trading, and margin trading. So basically, DeFi has the same sort of financial instruments as centralized, finance. It goes on to say, through DeFi loans, any individual can quickly and easily take out a loan without ever having to disclose their identity to a third party or go through the checks created by traditional banks. And it goes on to say, what makes it so special? DeFi offers the same products as brick and mortar financial institutions, i.e., lending, borrowing, trading, investing, etc., but it uses blockchain to do so with additional benefits. Now, what are some of those benefits? DeFi is decentralized and anonymous. That's benefit number one. The next one is you can generate interest by lending out your crypto assets to others, similar to centralized finance. The most common way to generate interest on crypto assets is through lending pools. Lending pools. You know how we have liquidity pools in ShibaSwap? We have liquidity pools so that we can provide liquidity to the platform so that the swap function can work. So without liquidity, those swaps wouldn't work, and we are rewarded um, for 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 providing liquidity, right? In DeFi loans, they're the same sort of thing. They have lending pools. I would suppose that we would provide liquidity, I suppose, to lending pools. And let's see without revealing too much, what it talks about next. I'll just carry on reading. Borrowers typically have to over-collateralize their loan to protect against sudden drops in collateral value, which would result in penalties, making it a safer option for lenders. So basically, one of the big differences which we're going to outline here is borrowers, they typically have to over-collateralize. So this article is going to focus a lot on over-collateralize, and I'm going to try and tie that into how that is a benefit for ShibaSwap and for SHIB in general, according to JD's article. Let me see. Yeah, we might talk about lending pools a bit later. So it says how a loan's made in DeFi. Loans are made using a smart contract found on projects like Ethereum, which allow users to pool their assets and distribute those assets to borrowers with the rules of the loan written into the contract. So I suppose this would mean a bunch of people would pool their assets together, and then a borrower would come and take that and provide collateral against it for the duration of the loan. Okay, cool. So how does a DeFi loan work? When a borrower wants to take out a loan, they have to offer something more valuable than the amount of the loan. That means they need to deposit via a smart contract an amount of currency which is at least equal value to the amount they would like to take out. The collateral can be in a variety of currencies. And then it goes on to say what are the challenges. Now, what they mean by challenges here, it means challenges to the borrower, in order to mitigate risk to us. We as, let's say, as Shiba Swap are the lenders, so it's actually a benefit to us. Borrowers are often required to over collateralize their loans in order, as shown in our previous example. Well, these are just snippets from an article. I've just been taking the relevant bits so that we don't take too long. And it says here, most borrowers deposit up to 200% of what they would like to borrow. If the price of the collateral asset starts to tank, the pool will use its circuit breaker. So basically, one of the reasons for over collateralizing is in the event that the prices begin to go down. I think it says here, the pool will start liquidating the collateral to cover the loan. The borrower ends up eating the loss, but will get to keep their initial input. So basically, that's how DeFi loans work. Ultimately, a borrower would approach a DeFi protocol, and they would offer collateral, heavy collateral, and for the duration of it. And then they can do whatever they want with the loan. So now we're going to try and see how does this benefit Shiba Inu. So can you see that the terms here, they seem actually very, very strict in comparison to centralized finance. In centralized finance, if you want to go get a car loan, for example, the collateral tends to be the car itself, which you get. So, so if you ever end up not able to pay, the lender can actually take the car as collateral. However, in decentralized finance, there's no physical collateral, like a house or a car. So that's why the collateral which you provide is usually so high. So it's to cover for the risk. So next question you might ask is, well, who's going to pay 200% of something which they want to take out? That seems a bit steep. So I was thinking about that myself, and the best answer I can give you is the people who would benefit the most from this are actually right in front of our eyes. What you're looking at here is, I think, a 1 hour chart, probably of today. You know how sometimes I make a video and then we have a spike, a spike in price, then another spike in price, then we're suddenly at let's say 922, and then almost an hour later, there's an spikes in the opposite direction, almost going down, and then we're back in the eights. We've been rallying across like that for the past couple of days. So this is um, from day traders, and I'll explain to you that day traders um, tend to benefit the most from lending protocols, unless they have the the liquidity themselves. Let me see if I can run a simulation to explain what I mean. Okay, we're just going to head back here. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to try and do is we're just gonna operate in the world of day traders for a second. So this is the price at the moment. Well, I think this is the price at some point, but we'll just use this as an example. I'm going to buy 1 million. Okay, let's just say we borrow $1 million. So this would mean that we would provide Shiba Inu with $2 million worth of assets, and in JD's example, I think he even suggests that how much we lend can be in relation to the amount staked. So if a person wants to borrow more, generally he should be staked more. So generally, the type of people who would who we would benefit most are sharks and whales, and that's just not necessarily from Shiba Inu. This is just anyone within that sort of capacity from all across DeFi, and there's literally tons of them. So let's head back here. So what he wants is, let's just say he has $2 million. So he provides that whole 2 million as collateral, and we give him 1 million. We're going to lend that. So let's buy 1 billion. Cool. So we've just bought ourselves 1 million SHIB. And remember, SHIB has benefited from, at least from holding what 2 million in worth of assets for the duration of the asset, and that has the effect of i- increasing the price, basically, especially if lots of people are borrowing. And okay, so we've got $1 million here. That's about 121 billion SHIB. So that's cool. So to make this accurate, maybe we'll put a million here, because technically the price would slightly increase as well because it's an asset. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just overwrite this because I've got a formula in there. So um, day traders, they work with volume. They like it when there's volume. So item like you see in Shiba Inu, that's the 24-hour volume at the moment. We on any given day, we having close to $1 billion worth of trading volume. So that is like gold to day traders. So that's one of the metrics which they look for when they want to trade in a currency. So let's see how this benefits them. So they have 1 million, and so on a day which trades up to 1 billion, it's not uncommon for the price volume to spike up anywhere up to 1 billion. So what I'm just going to do in this example, let's just make it 350 million. Okay, cool. So, and that happens quite often. So you see how we've spiked from 8243 to 9122 9129. That's, in fact, that happened at least a number of times over the past couple of days. I know I've sent you guys a message on the community tab whenever I tweet that we're in the nines, and then probably by the time you check, it's back at the eights. Anyway, I'll explain why. So we're now in the 912. So can you see that the borrower, he's with the borrowed funds, that 1 million has now become 107. So he's gained a massive 100,000 just in just from that trade. So what is he going to do with that? Well, same thing many of us would. He's gonna take his profits. So this is how he's gonna take his profits. He will. Let's find out what. Let's take out about 100 grand. I'm gonna go here. 100,000. I'll divide that by the current price, so I can see how many coins I should take out, how many tokens. So that's 0.00009129. That's about 10.95 billion SHIB. That's how much he's gonna take out. So I want to do that. So we're gonna cash out 10.95 billion SHIB. Yeah, that's cool. So about 100K has gone out. Maybe just for example's sake, I'll need to match it here with the cash. So he's effectively cashed this out. So now his balance is still okay. So he can even return this loan at the moment because he's cashed out 100,000. But this can typically happen, in one day, even on a good day, or a number of days. But it won't be just him who that happens to. There's a bunch of traders. That's why eventually the price ends up going down. So let's just say it goes down 250K. Need one more zero. Okay, cool. So even if it goes down 250, so it's now back to the 8496. He would just wait for the price to go up again at some point, because he's the loan term is probably going to be like for 3 months. So his intention is to try get as much as he can. So we'll just do one more random example. Let's just say at some point another, I don't know, let's say another 400K, 400 million. Cool. So another 400 million. The price, maybe a couple of days later is now 9509. We're loving it because we're seeing ourselves go up. But obviously, I think you get the picture. He's now he has 50K, so he'll probably take that, and he'll continue doing that until the loan term is over. But that's one of the reasons why people would I've just explained an extreme example of day trading. So let's head back to JD's example and let's talk about some additional aspects. Okay, cool. So providing a lending program compatible with the upcoming layer 2 solution Shibarium would be a top priority. So one of the challenges which happens to people who use DeFi and day traders as well is speed, because it's speed of a network and gas fees are crucial, because in order for a day trader to be profitable, they need to be able to lock in the price which they're aiming at. It's not always the big gains which I just showed here. Often it's just like small incremental ones. And in order for them to lock them, the speed of the network is fast. But the problem at the moment is the Ethereum network, as you know, is quite highly congested, particularly because we're in a bull market. And with the more mass adoption of cryptocurrency, particularly on the Ethereum blockchain, there's going to be much more congestion. So hence the need for Shibarium. Shibarium is a layer 2 blockchain, which means it's an additional layer which runs on top of Shibarium, I mean of Ethereum, and transactions and stuff. They're sort of processed off the Ethereum blockchain, and ultimately, long story short, is things happen a lot faster on layer 2 blockchains, and the gas fees are considerably cheaper. So let's just see. It says here, paired with favorable, affordable fees on the layer 2 solution, which we've just addressed, this would make ShibaSwap a much more favorable option to other existing protocols on the Ethereum mainnet. I'll quickly see if I can show you. So if you look here, this is a DeFi Pulse. Many decentralized exchanges are on Ethereum. You see all of them? They're on Ethereum, almost all of them. So this $83 billion industry, a significant portion of them are on Ethereum. So as profitable as DeFi must be, one of their biggest headaches is transaction speed and gas fees. I'm sure all of you who use ShibaSwap right now, you know the gas fees at the moment are quite, in fact, are ridiculously annoying, aren't they? So that's one of the reasons for creating a layer 2 solution. So can you imagine once Shibarium has launched, this is one of the reasons why it would make our our DeFi options just a lot more favorable, in JD's words, a lot more attractive to other existing ones because everyone is on Ethereum. And yeah, cool. So that's one of the things which I wanted to talk about. And also solution two here, it's also talks about gas fees, that the gas fees here should be paid in SHIB, but I think I'll talk about that later. Let's continue about Shibarium. Okay, I'll just quickly talk about a layer two. What does it mean to be a layer two DEX? Basically, Shibarium. This is just another article, but I'm just using it just to illustrate the benefits. What does it mean for traders? Faster transactions. I'm not going to read through all that. That's just a long way of saying faster transactions. Lower fees, and we've just talked about that. Same thing. Sophisticated financial instruments, and DeFi is going to be getting a lot more popular. And the more popular that means the more volume on the exchanges and the higher the gas fees and the slower transaction times, hence the need for layer 2. That's why Shiba Inu is ahead of the game in terms of creating a layer 2 blockchain solutions. I did try and look for if there's any layer 2s which are already in existence. There's one which I discovered called QuickSwap. QuickSwap, it's basically it's a swap which uses a layer 2. You guys are familiar with Polygon. Polygon is a layer 2 scaling solution which runs on Ethereum. So I suspect Shibarium would probably be something very similar to this. And Uniswap boasts the same features which we, at least benefits, which we want to eventually have as well. So this is QuickSwap. This is from one of their Medium posts. Towards the end of it, I won't go through all of it. It says, now you can enjoy lightning fast speeds, which is what Shibarium is going to bring, with near zero gas fees. And that's one of them. And I think I spoke about that. And I think this is one of the founders. Gas fees too much. Start moving liquidity to their item. And yeah, this is powered by Matic, which is uh, the L2, their L2, but we're going to be using Shibarium. So, I could keep on showing this, but then it keeps on saying mostly the same things. L2 solutions are faster and cheaper, and we're going to need that, particularly in 2022, because as you know, if you've been watching my videos, as Bitcoin goes up, altcoins are going to start getting a lot more dominant, and I see 2022 being a year of DeFi, and DeFi's biggest stumbling block are the challenges which I've outlined, and that's where Shibarium and ShibaSwap have their best opportunity to shine. So, JD, my man, what did you think of that? I just tried to do a deep dive into this. I'll do another video on the rest of your solutions, but I wanted to do a particular deep dive into that to show you what you guys need to know. Another solution, he says, gas fees should be paid in SHIB, which is probably a good idea. I'm not sure if that was part of Ryoshi's vision. I'm pretty sure it was one of the other tokens, but as a community, we can vote since so this is one of the solutions which could probably be proposed. Having said that, Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I do not want to take up more of your time. That was if you find it, his name is JD Updates on Reddit. I will do a couple of other videos on his other posts because they require a whole video to themselves if I'm really gonna do it any justice. So, oh, and another thing, this is probably one of the ways in which proposals could come. Since we're about to have Doggy DAO released, it'll be good if ideas similar to the ones which JD has given will probably come to the community, and if we think they're good ideas, we could vote them into action. So it's really good that we keep using our community to share ideas like that. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This is Ace. Peace.